Hey everybody, I'm in my home state of Arkansas getting ready to smoke a 9-pound ham on my dad's new Traeger. Like, I've never used a Traeger before this trip, so I'm super excited about this. Like, we cooked some stuff last weekend, but this is really gonna put it to the test. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this just to see how it turns out. But I've got a 9-pound ham. It's already cooked, it's already cured. So, you know, if you're doing a ham like that, you're basically just reheating it, right? So it doesn't matter if you're reheating it in an oven or in a smoker. And I mean, honestly, you know, a smoked ham that you get from the store could probably use a little more help. Yeah. So this is a really easy thing. I'm gonna put this smoker on at 250. Think it's probably gonna take about 3.5 hours or so. So I'm trying to time it out right. But all I did was cover this ham with some slap apple bourbon rub that I got my folks a couple years ago. Oh, it is so good. And I'm just gonna put it on this thing and let it go. Yeah. So the one thing I am not concerned about, but that I noticed with this cut, is that it started to split. And so I'm gonna be really careful when I put it on the grill. But then I started thinking it's probably just gonna allow more smoke to get on the inside. Yeah, so I'm using apple chips or pellets, apple pellets, sorry, for this cook. And I'm just gonna let it get up to 250. Matter of fact, it was already running, but the fan is so loud, I didn't know if you'd be able to hear me over it, right? So I turned it off, but it gets up to temperature so quick. It's really neat. So let's just get this ham on there and see what happens. Boy, it's going. Careful with this thing. Stay there. All right, so the plan is to get this thing up to about 120 internally. You see I put the ham directly on the grates. You didn't see it, but I sprayed it down with some Pam just because that's what I do. But once it gets up to 120, I'm gonna put it back in this thing, and then I'm gonna coat it with an orange honey whiskey sauce. And we're gonna leave that on there. I'm just gonna go out every once in a while and scoop it back on top. But I'm gonna let that go until the internal reaches about 140, right? And then we'll pull it, and then we'll eat. So that's the plan. All right, so I haven't even looked at this thing. My probe temperature is at 116, which is pretty close to 120. So let's take a look. Woo! Man, look at that. Yeah, you can see where it's split right here. So that is looking pretty good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it, put it in the pan, and put that glaze on it. Okay, so let's talk about this marinade, or glaze rather. I made this last night. I found this recipe on the internet. I mean, you can find them too. They're pretty much all about the same. But I put this in a saucepan last night, and I'm just putting it here until it's time to pour it over the ham. So I ended up putting a couple more scoops of orange marmalade in it just because I like the flavor, right? But you got to have somewhere to start. But please feel free to experiment with these recipes, because this is yours, man. Like, just do what you want. Don't worry about what anybody else says or whatever. And that's part of barbecuing. It's just having fun and experimenting and coming up with something that you own. All right, so there she is. Now, you could have done this whole thing in that pan if you wanted to, you know, keep the juices and everything in there. I just wanted to get the smoke on the bottom, this spiral cut, because, man, that's like the chef's cut underneath there, right? But, yeah, you can see how this thing just kind of split open. That's okay. That's just more area for my glaze to get on. So let's go ahead and put that on now. Boy. Oh, that's already smelling good. Look at that. See the orange marmalade pieces on there. Oh, that's going to be good. We'll stick this back in. Oop, hit the bone. There we go. So we'll let that sit till the internal gets to 140, and then we'll let it rest. Good to go. Okay, so the internal is 136. I want it to get about 140 and then I'll pull it. But I'm going to have a little taste of this first before I bring it in, because it's much quieter out here, and I'm just dying to see how this turned out. So, oh man, so I'm going to take a little piece off the end here that I know was done. Oh wow. Wow. Very orangey. That is perfect. That is perfect. I have to get another little piece here. Oh, man. I'm going to bring the camera over here so you can see this. But look at that. Like, I barely need to put any pressure on that at all. That's a good spiral cut ham right there. Look at that. Ooh, boy. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good cook. See you next time.